It's Thursday, June 19th. This is CTV at 6. Here's what's making news tonight. Reward money is offered for information in the missing siblings case. A graduate is riding high after getting their diploma in show-stopping style.
The muggy weather continues Friday, but then falls on the weekend before returning next week.
Live from our Maritimes News Center, this is CTV News at 6. Here is Todd Battis.
Good evening. It's been nearly 7 weeks since Lily and Jack Sullivan went missing from their Pictou County home. And in that time, there has been very little movement in the investigation. Now, the province has added the case to a program that offers up to $150,000 to anyone who helps with what police maintain is a missing persons case. CTV's Calvin Smith has details.
It's another plea for help to try to figure out what happened to 4-year-old Jack and 6-year-old Lily Sullivan.
Investigators are looking at every avenue, and we're using every tool possible. And this is simply another avenue that could shed some more light or information to come forward.
That avenue is the RCMP asking Nova Scotia's Department of Justice to add the children's disappearance to the province's rewards program, offering up to $150,000 for information to figure out what happened.
I can't speculate as to the nature of information that may either lead to the solving of this case or to a reward, and I wouldn't want to discourage anybody from reaching out. We want anybody who has any information, and no matter how small they think it is, to reach out.
It's now been almost 7 weeks since the Sullivan children went missing from their family's home in Lansdowne Station, Nova Scotia, a tragedy gripping the county, province, and beyond.
I certainly don't remember in my years seeing 2 young kids going missing like this and nothing coming out of it yet.
Lily is 4 feet tall and 60 pounds and believed to be wearing a pink Barbie top with rubber boots and a cream-colored backpack with strawberry print. Jack is 3'6", weighing 40 pounds. Officials believe he was wearing a pull-up diaper, black Under Armour jogging pants, and blue rubber boots with a dinosaur print. Since their May 2nd disappearance, police have received 508 tips and interviewed 56 people. All have cooperated with police. Former OPP Commissioner and CTV Public Safety Analyst Chris Lewis says the rewards program is a risk-free step for the police.
What tells me is, number one, that there is a bit of a stalemate somehow in their investigation in all likelihood, and they're looking to get more conversation going. Potentially what they want is a tip that will lead them to whoever is responsible for this.
And Chris Lewis, who you just heard from at the end of the story, says at the end of the day, someone out there knows something about what happened in this horrific case. Hundreds of people, dogs, drones, and helicopters were involved in extensive searches. The last one was June 1st. RCMP again saying further searches will be dictated by information that comes forward. The province's justice minister says she's hopeful including this case in the rewards program will help bring it to a close. Todd.
All right, we'll see. Calvin Smith starting us off in the newsroom this evening. And there is much more reporting on the case of the Sullivan children at our website, ctvnewsatlantic.ca. A Nova Scotia woman who murdered her 12-year-old daughter in 2008 has been granted unescorted pass from prison for 60 days. However, the Parole Board of Canada denied Penny Boudreau's request today for day parole, saying she wasn't ready to live in a community for more prolonged periods with fewer restrictions. In 2009, Boudreau pleaded guilty to second-degree murder, admitting she used a piece of twine to strangle her daughter, Carissa. Court was told she wanted the girl out of the way because she was interfering with her relationship with the boyfriend. On Tuesday, we told you about a Moncton homeless shelter that can no longer afford to feed people not staying there. Well, that is putting more pressure on other soup kitchens in the hub city. CTV's Derek Haggett explains.
It's another busy day at the Ray of Hope Soup Kitchen, and it's likely to get even busier in the coming days and weeks. They serve between 80 to 100 meals a day, but those numbers are expected to jump drastically.
We are going to probably see a fair increase. I would say probably 20 to 30 people a day.
At least, yeah.
I would imagine.
Harvest House is phasing out their community 3 meals a day program for anyone not staying at the shelter. There are roughly 500 people experiencing chronic homelessness in Moncton, but the city's soup kitchens also serve the working poor, seniors, and newcomers.
there's a strain now. Like, it's hard. We're feeding twice the amount of people that we did last year at this time. Twice.
A few blocks away, around 100 meals are served daily at Caring Kitchen.
We can't imagine it's not going to have an impact.
Breakfast programs at Harvest House and a downtown church have either stopped or will conclude at the end of the month.
We're seeing an increase in our numbers even this week. We're seeing new faces, and we're seeing faces we haven't seen for quite a while showing up at our doors.
The Humanity Project serves anywhere from 200 to 300 meals a day at supper time, 7 days a week. The founder is also expecting additional pressure on his operation.
This whole last year has been a huge strain because as the numbers keep increasing and going up, you need more volunteers to help. And it's hard to fill those voids when the numbers just keep getting higher and higher day after day.
Caring Kitchen has increased its seating capacity and spoken to volunteers about the additional workload they're about to see. Whether it's additional funding from the province or more money from private donors, the people who run the soup kitchens tell me they'll make it work somehow, some way. Todd.
Derek Haggett, thank you for that in Moncton this evening. It was a foggy start today to a big naval celebration in Halifax as International Fleet Week got underway. Dignitaries, politicians, members of the Navy gathered on the waterfront in the city to kick off the event. It happens every 2 years in Halifax, which of course is home to more than 10,000 Department of National Defense and Navy employees. This year's celebration comes on the heels of Cutlass Fury. That's a Navy training exercise with other international allies off the coast of Nova Scotia. The Canadian Navy welcomed a Danish warship which sailed into port. Fleet Week is a symbol of naval cooperation and a chance to showcase the Atlantic Navy headquarters and, well, some of that maritime hospitality.
I think to have the ships downtown available for tours, the Navy with different music, celebration events, family-friendly events, sporting events, all that type of thing. I think it just brings the Navy that much closer to the community. I think it's important for us to signal to Canadians and Haligonians here in particular what we do to protect Canadians' interests all across the world, how busy we are all over the world and all over the globe in terms of what we're doing. So this small exercise, Cutlass Fury, is only one small part of that.
Fleet Week events continue through the weekend. The public is invited to be a part of it. Keep an eye out for sailors from across Canada and Denmark around Halifax's downtown this weekend. We certainly welcome them to the Maritimes. Well, there's more of that fog that we saw. This time it's a cruise ship and not a naval vessel in the background. Pier 21 in downtown Halifax, 17 degrees as we bring in Kaylin Mitchell with the first look at the forecast.
Where is that cruise ship?
It's, you know, it gives it a naval feel, doesn't it? That fog?
It certainly does. Get an introduction to some traditional Nova Scotia fog, that's for sure. And that's going to be around this evening, tonight, and Friday evening and Friday night before finally a change in the wind direction should clear up that foggy situation a little bit as we move through the upcoming weekend. Taking a look at temperatures right now, a little bit cooler around the Atlantic coastline because of that onshore south wind. Same thing goes for the Bay of Fundy coastline in New Brunswick. Around the region today, humidity levels were higher, dew point temperatures high teens and up towards the 20-21 mark. That is a level of moisture that most of us notice. That level of increase in the amount of moisture in the air can make it a little bit more uncomfortable. It's this type of dew point level where if it was sunny today around the Maritime, sunny and hot, you would be talking about heat and humidity. That, by the way, looks like it's coming up early next week. Let's take a look at the trend for dew point temperatures. So they're coming down on Saturday, maritime-wide, as the wind direction becomes northwest, brings some drier air off the continent. But they do tick back up through the start of next week and Tuesday of next week for the Maritimes. That looks like it's going to be the peak of the heat and humidity before both temperatures and humidity levels fall off on Wednesday. So more comfortable this weekend as far as the humidity level goes for Halifax and Nova Scotia Saturday and Sunday. And then the humidity comes back up Monday, Tuesday time frame. Same thing goes for Charlottetown and Prince Edward Island. Lower this weekend, and then it's back up towards Monday and Tuesday. Winds right now out of the south mostly being sustained between 10 and 20 kilometers per hour. They're going to be a little bit more on the blustery side for tomorrow. On satellite, a lot of cloud cover around the Maritimes, a lot of patchy fog and drizzle expected for tonight. Showers in the north of New Brunswick and still accompanied there by the risk of brief thunderstorms. I will have more on the forecast when I'm back a little bit later on.
We'll do that in about 12 minutes. Thank you, Kaylin. All too often lately, we're reporting on the demise of retail stores, so this caught our attention today A local Dartmouth discount food mart opened its expanded shop, and it was met with the kind of excitement that's typically not associated with a grocer, which speaks of the demand and desire for lower prices. CTV's Jonathan McGuinness was there.
The lines were long at Gateway Meat Market's grand opening this morning, but customers knew it would be worth the wait.
I love the fresh fruits and vegetables. They're so cheap and they're very, very good.
Getting the bargains, mostly the chicken.
The market's co-founder handed out snacks as a thank you to those waiting. Tamara McKay says the store has come a long way since it first opened 17 years ago.
We opened this back in 2008. It was just a little 1,700 square foot store with 2 cash registers, 4 parking spots, and we had 1 staff member.
Now they're at 26,000 square feet with 11 cash registers to keep the lines moving. Gateway's popularity comes from its low prices.
We operate on a high volume, low profit business model. So as long as we can buy in bulk and pass the savings rate on to our customers, that can keep the prices down. But really, it's just about the volume that we do. It's about not being greedy. It's about wanting to help the community.
I'm a family of 4. Got 4 kids at home. Cheapest place to buy the groceries. Save lots of money.
People will travel a long way for the deals. It's not uncommon for customers to drive from the South Shore and even Cape Breton. Many of those shopping here today have been doing so for a long time.
It's really affordable. Like, I started coming here when I was still a student in university, so to be able to come here and be able to get the groceries you need for an affordable price is really, really nice. Gateway started out solely as a meat market. Over the years, they've added produce, dairy, and a deli. According to Tamara McKay, they now operate one of the busiest meat departments in Atlantic Canada. And Todd, a bigger store means more employees. Tamara McKay says they've gone from 80 staff to now over 100. And based on the lines we're seeing today, Todd, you're going to need every one of them.
I would say so. Thank you for that, John, this evening at the grocery store. It's been a week of high school graduation ceremonies around the region. For one student in St. John, though, getting her diploma today was all the more memorable thanks to a special guest who had her riding high. Nick Moore was on hand.
I'm just grateful I could even bring her, you know?
Yeah.
Because she's like my best friend.
Kenzie Simmons and her horse Blondie are an inseparable pair.
We immediately kind of clicked, as you can see. Loves to bug me, but I love her.
And Kenzie wanted Blondie to be there for an important milestone in her life, graduation day at Simons High School in St. John. Kenzie says she's always had a dream to be able to ride her horse to the graduation stage to get her diploma.
It felt like it was something I needed to do. You know what I mean? Because like, I didn't want to go out any other way. I was like, there's no way I'm going out there with my horse. It was initially a joke. Then it became a little more serious.
Her mother knew how much it would mean.
Kenzie is autistic. She's struggled with school very much, especially the last few years. And her whole world is her horse, and her happy place is the barn. That's when you see her smile.
Kenzie and her family approached the school to see if there was any possibility of bringing Blondie to the event. A plan was put together. Principal Jennifer Carhart understood how significant it would be to Kenzie.
However, I don't know that I really realized until I saw her grinning from ear to ear today, and at the moment she crossed the stage, I'm just so happy. I'm so happy, which is really awesome. It's what it's all about as teachers, is giving kids opportunities and watching them succeed and being there to support them.
So on a day when so many of her dreams came true, Kenzie had this message for Principal Carhart.
Thank you, Miss Cart. Thank you. Thank you so much for letting this happen. I'm sorry. Happy tears.
A special guest making a special moment. Nick Moore, CTV News, St. John.
And congratulations to Kenzie, Blondie, all the grads at Simons High, and well done to the principal there. Okay, we're going to take our first break of the evening. Still to come, Kayla Mitchell has the details of that foggy, somewhat wet night. But next, a town that thrives on the sun is putting it to work.
So it's 1.63 megawatt hours of solar capacity. So that is enough to power about 90 homes.
Shediac relies on sunshine to drive tourism. Now it's harnessing it to power the community. We'll have details after this.
Get the Maritime's top stories, breaking news alerts, and watch live. Download the CTV News app.
Lobster beaches, and soon you can add solar energy to the list of items Shediac, New Brunswick is known for. The tourist town near Moncton is quickly becoming one of the greenest communities in Atlantic Canada. A solar farm is promising a future of abundant, clean power. CTV's Josh Smith got a look at how it works.
This is not your average farm. They're cultivating solar power here. Row upon row of panels soak up the Shediac sun.
So this is New Brunswick's first utility-scale solar farm that we are so proud of to bring the first one online. It's been up and running since 2023.
It's the largest solar farm in New Brunswick. And according to NB Power's technical lead, it generates enough energy to light up multiple buildings.
So it's 1.63 megawatt hours of solar capacity. So that is enough to power about 90 homes on an annual basis. And what this farm does today is it actually makes the Federal Pension Center and the town of Shediac's multi-purpose center net zero.
But so far, just 2 of those buildings are online. The hope is for more of the community to go green.
This is good anywhere in the sense, but it's good for Shediac in terms of this provides green energy. This provides, net zero, no carbon.
Casey says the farm's benefits extend beyond the environmental aspect.
This puts a power generating facility right next to the town. Whatever it produces gets consumed without any loss of transmission.
This project was part of Smart Grid Atlantic, a federally funded program in New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. NB Power and Nova Scotia Power received $35.66 million in federal funding for a joint pilot project.
But there's a call for about 200 megawatts of solar farms like this one that we have here. So this one's 1.6. 200 is the goal over the next decade. So definitely more solar farms are going to be propping up across New Brunswick in the future.
The Power Corporation says the Shediac solar farm is more than just a power source. It's a look ahead into a cleaner future for New Brunswick. Josh Smith, CTV News, Shediac, New Brunswick.
We'd like to ask you if you have solar panels on your home. That's tonight's web poll. The options are yes, no, but I'm considering it, or no, and I'm not planning to. Let us know at ctvnewsatlantic.ca. So to come, another muggy day tomorrow. Humidity lower for the start of the weekend, though. Kaylin has the details. Have those for you after the break. Beautiful Bedeck on the Brador, where it is currently 22 degrees, coming up to 6:30. And as we bring in Kaylin Mitchell, I want to jump over to Prince Edward Island because we're getting report from the government there in Stanhope of a blue-green algae bloom at Parsons Creek. I guess it's the season. As the weather temperatures go up, we tend to see more of these.
Yeah, warmer waters for longer periods of time. They seem to like those type of conditions, something to be aware of here in the Maritime area. All 3 Maritime provinces can get these blue-green algae blooms. If you spot one, you want to report it to your local services. And particularly dangerous, of course, when it comes to sometimes pets, dogs. I think they're attracted to the smell of some of those blooms when they start decaying and come a little bit closer to the shore. All right, let's take a look at weather conditions across the country, beginning out west. Ooh, lots of special weather statements out around the south of Alberta. Beginning on Friday, expecting some areas of heavy rain, potentially 50 to 100 millimeters, except as high as 100 to 200 millimeters around the southern foothills areas. So a lot of wet weather headed towards southern areas of Alberta. In the meantime, across southern areas of Saskatchewan this afternoon and this evening, there's severe thunderstorm watches and a few warnings in effect. Moving off towards the east, it's 21 degrees right now at both Windsor and Toronto. Ottawa and Montreal on the warmer side, seeing a little bit more sunshine, hotter side, I should say. Montreal right now sitting at 29. Quebec City, though, cooler because of some rain moving through, sitting at 18 degrees. We've got 24s at Fredericton and Charlottetown, 21 in Halifax right now, and St. John's, Newfoundland, 19. Taking a look at our timeline for cloud cover and precipitation. Cloudy night ahead for the Maritime region. There's going to be a lot of fog and drizzle around. There will be showers in northern areas of New Brunswick, with those showers at risk of thunderstorms. That part of the Maritime Maritimes. North of New Brunswick has seen the most persistent shower activity over the last couple of days and will be again for tomorrow because there's closer to those slow-moving weather fronts that are just off towards the west of us. So more lift in the atmosphere there and hence more shower activity. So more showers in the forecast, especially up around the northwest of New Brunswick tomorrow, and with them a risk of some downpours and some thunderstorms that extends on into Friday evening. Though Friday night there'll be a chance of some showers across the entirety of the Maritimes. And then finally, we get onto the western side of this weather system, and that's when that drier air is expected to move in off the continent, lowering humidity levels for the region for this upcoming weekend, which for the most part is looking like it's going to be feeling on the pleasant side. Taking a look at winds in the forecast for tomorrow, though, they're still out of the southwest. They'll be a little bit gustier than they were today, gusts up 30 to 50 kilometers per hour. It'll keep that higher level of humidity in place. It'll also keep temperatures a little bit cooler around the Bay of Fundy coastline in New Brunswick, the Atlantic coastline of Nova Scotia, like it has been over the past couple of days. Somewhat muggy, warm night around the Maritime region. Most lows not expected to be much cooler than 14 to 19. Highs in the low 20s across northern areas of New Brunswick for tomorrow and down through central and southern areas of New Brunswick. Mostly the range of 22 to 24 degrees, except 18 to 20 on parts of the Bay of Fundy coastline. Prince Edward Island for tomorrow. Possibility the sun could break through a little bit more compared to New Brunswick. That means temperatures will be warmer. In many cases up towards the mid to high 20s, feeling into the 30s with the level of humidity. And then into eastern areas of Nova Scotia, hotter areas are expected to be parts of Inverness, Victoria counties, and Cape Breton and around the North Shore. And then closer towards the Atlantic coastline, those temperatures a little bit more moderate, between 18 and 22. That continues down into the Halifax area for tomorrow, but hotter, a little bit more on the humid side around Truro with high temperatures near 27. Warm and muggy for the Annapolis Valley for tomorrow with high temperatures near 26 degrees. And then once again cooler towards the Atlantic coastline with temperatures, highs that is, between 18 and 22. Taking a look at the 7-day forecast for New Brunswick, there's some more pleasant feeling weekend conditions, but then heat and humidity returns to the first part of next week. Looks like it's going to be peaking on Tuesday, and with that heat and humidity will come some showers with a risk of some thunderstorms. Temperature and humidity levels then fall for Wednesday and Thursday of next week. And there's going to be a fall and then rise in humidity levels for Nova Scotia, falling for the weekend, but then rising back up quite quickly Monday to Tuesday of next week. On Tuesday, showers with a risk of thunderstorms, and then things are expected to cool off a little bit with humidity coming down Wednesday and Thursday. And Prince Edward Island is going to follow the same pattern, of course. So coming up this weekend, temperatures a little bit cooler on Saturday, less humidity in the air, pretty pleasant day on Sunday. And then humidity temperatures, they kind of tick upwards Monday, Tuesday of next week before falling that Wednesday, Thursday time frame. So Todd, we do have some humid days ahead of us, but at least the stretches of the humid weather so far don't look like they're going to be lasting for an overly long period of time.
Okay, thank you. We'll see you later in the show. Next, we'll find out what one maritime mayor is doing in Florida. Then Katie is at a special event in Cape Breton. Katie?
I sure am, Todd. I'm in Sydney for the Cape Breton Music Industry Hall of Fame. There are 3 legendary Cape Breton acts being inducted tonight, and coming up at the scene, I'm going to talk to one of them. Bet you can't guess who it is. That's coming up.
Welcome back. We're joined this evening by St. John Mayor Donna Reardon, who's attending the annual meeting of United States Conference of Mayors. It's taking place in Tampa, and that's where we have reached her. Your worship, good to see you.
Good to see you as well, Todd.
The obvious question, what's a Canadian mayor doing at a conference of American mayors?
Well, actually, I've been invited down, and the Federation of Canadian Municipalities has arranged for me to be here. And what we're doing is we're really trying to marshal the troops and support the idea that we need to stop the tariff dispute, and we need to come together and we need to talk through this. So talks, not tariffs. How do we negotiate? How do we get to near where we want to go and where we need to go?
You're there with the Mayor of Windsor, Ontario. No coincidence. St. John, a big energy hub. Windsor, of course, the auto sector. 2 key industries that are being walloped by these tariffs. What are you telling your counterparts there?
Well, so what I've been asked is, how is it impacting St. John? And so, you know, at the end of the day for St. John, we have $81,000 per capita of gross domestic product going out. We're the highest in the country. Behind us would be Calgary with probably about 72, and then Windsor behind that. When they look at the risk of tariffs, the impact of tariffs, St. John is at like 131%, and then behind us would be, of course, Calgary and Windsor. So it's trying to get those messages out of what that means on the ground for St. Johners. And like I say, these policies are made at a very high level, but at the end of the day, they trickle down to the trenches, and that's where we are as mayors. And so we have to deal with that. I mean, it's not just leadership; it's making sure that you are, you're with your populations. Your citizens need to know that you're working on their behalf based on a lot of things that may not be in your lane, and you may not be able to fix, but you can certainly advocate for. And so that's where we are now with this.
Do they get it?
Advocating.
Yeah. Do they get it?
Yeah, I think they're feeling it as well. They're feeling it the same as we are. So a lot of the states are. I mean, we've got 41 million people, I think, around that. They have 340 million people. So that impact probably dissipates out over those 340 million people a little differently than it would over 41 million people. They are feeling it, though. Things are going up. The cost of living is going up. Salaries are not going up. And it's those things that we rely on. It's your groceries that we're hearing a lot about, and it's housing. So it's those necessities that we're really, really hearing about.
We know border and New England states governors are feeling the impact, and we, of course, had that meeting that was just held in Boston. What about the southern states and the mayors from the southern states? You kind of touched on it there, but is Canada on the radar at all? I mean, certainly, China and Mexico, they know all about.
Yeah, Canada is, the southern states, definitely, they're on the radar as well. Of course, the border states, they get it even more. They're feeling it. But places like Florida are really feeling it because apparently 8% of the housing here is owned by Canadians. So that's huge. They're seeing a big transfer of that land right now. So it's, yes, they're feeling it as well. I mean, it's a quick trip to Florida. It's like 2.5 hours max from Toronto. So, and the change in the weather, people are looking for that for vacation time. So it's great to stay on the continent and just fly down. But with everything that's happening now, they're feeling that reluctance to come into the States. And that there's big costs to that.
Right.
There are apparently like 8 million U.S. jobs that are linked with this trade. So that's a lot. That's a lot of U.S. jobs.
You brought up in your session what St. John has to offer, including the Irving refinery. I'm wondering if American mayors realize just how much energy is exported south, just how reliant they might be on Canadian energy.
Well, they heard that today from me, that we are producing 325,000 barrels daily and that, almost 90% of it is coming into the States. So, I've said that message for sure. And I've tried to put that in perspective of, our GDP, the relationship to our numbers, et cetera, for population. So, I mean, that's all I can do. And then, but the real thing, I guess, when we look at, so that's a powerful group because the U.S. Mayors, they meet annually. So all of the mayors, I think if you're over 30,000 people, you get invited to go. So that's huge. So that's a big network, and they would have a strong, influential voice. So it was a great conference to be at. And I guess for me, I ask, what is the strategic economic goal? And how can we work together so that we grow the pie and we both get a bigger piece of the pie and we create that resilience? That's really what we need to be looking at. I mean, you have two of the greatest countries in the world that have been destabilized in a time when the whole world seems to be unstable right now. And so, it's worrisome. So there are lots of effects. It's not just money. There are lots of impacts from tariffs.
You mentioned pressure. This is one of the questions we had coming out of that Boston meeting with the Northeastern governors. What kind of pressure could they put on Congress? Is there any kind of resolution that the mayors may take that to their congressmen and women?
Yes, they are putting forward a resolution, to have a look at that. So that's important. Where it will go, I don't know. But at the end of the day, we need all voices speaking together. That we need to negotiate. We need to figure out what our goal is, our economic goals are, and then how can we, chase those goals together.
Mayor Reardon, we appreciate your time. We'll talk to you when you're back home. Thank you.
Sounds good, Todd. See you then.
We'll see you then. We'll take a break. Lots of your shows still on the other side.
The opinions expressed in this segment are solely those of the commentator. They do not purport to reflect the opinions or views of this station, CTV News, Bell Media, or its employees.
Tonight in Murphy's Logic, Steve has a suggestion for the federal government and older Canadians. Start paying attention to younger people.
I'm a boomer, and moreover, I'm now a senior. Now, those are terms I've never really cared for, but their demographic definitions I simply cannot deny. A deep dive into the data from the April 28 federal election reveals that people in my cohort strongly supported the Liberals. More younger voters supported the Conservatives. That's pretty much the opposite to the way it used to be, and it's worth looking at why. The simplest explanation may also prove to be the correct one. Older voters wanted less change than younger voters, and Mark Carney's Liberals represented just the right amount of change. Not very much. A different face on a familiar body of policy. By definition, it was the small c Conservative choice. Every vote counts, and the Liberals got the most, so the party's best popular vote since 1980 entitles them to govern as they see fit. But even as Conservative support dips in recent polls, the Liberal government should spend considerable time reflecting on why so many others, 41% of the electorate, and a great many younger Canadians voted for change, and what it is they want to change. They have legitimate concerns and complaints. You know, it's a long time since a person like me bought a first house, and back then people like me assumed it was only a matter of when we got a first house, not if we got one. Nor did many of us live in our parents' basements or couch surf because we couldn't afford anything else. If we had student debts, they were relatively modest, and our jobs were usually full-time and secure and came with pensions and benefits, which many of us took for granted. That's not the way it is for many young people today and many millennials. Many of them resent us and what we've got. Many of us seem entitled and dismissive. We owe it to younger Canadians to listen respectfully to their concerns, to understand them, and to insist that the government address them. This isn't the time for the kind of us versus them thinking and behavior that often defines partisan politics. I'm Steve Murphy.
And Steve will return. In health and medical news tonight, the first of its kind Canadian sugar tax shows some sign of effectiveness. CTV's Amanda Debison has that in the Thursday edition of The Lifeline.
A new study suggests Newfoundland and Labrador's tax on sugar-sweetened drinks may have encouraged people to stop guzzling the beverages.
The study, sponsored by the Heart and Stroke Foundation of Canada, tracked beverage sales in the province before and after the so-called sugar tax was implemented in September 2022. It says per capita, sales of sugar-sweetened drinks declined by 11.6% in Newfoundland after the tax came into effect. In the Maritimes, where there is no such levy, consumption only dropped by 6.7%. A new variant of COVID has emerged this spring, and it has a very painful sounding name.
People are describing what's called razor blade throat, or a really severe sore throat.
That main symptom gives the NB181 variant, or Nimbus, its common name, razor blade throat. It spread quickly across Asia and other regions since being identified in January. In Canada, Nimbus accounted for 4% of COVID cases in early April and jumped to an estimated 45% of all cases as of last week. However, the World Health Organization says there's nothing to suggest it's more severe than other variants. Symptoms include nausea, heartburn, stomach pain, and a razor blade sensation in the throat. To limit the spread, doctors suggest hand washing, avoiding touching your face, and masking when sick. With Health and Medical News, I'm Amanda Debison for The Lifeline.
A special edition of The Scene tonight as Katie Kelly joins us live from Sydney, where some Cape Breton music legends are being honored at a star-studded Hall of Fame gala. Okay, Katie, why don't you take it away?
Katie, you're so serious.
Todd, it's rowdy in here, is what I have to say. I'm with a couple Rankins, Heather and Jimmy, being inducted here tonight. They're already being divas. How are you guys?
Full of the devil, the two of us.
Just, no hair and makeup. You're just supposed to have the crafts table. Nothing, Katie. And I had to find you at the bar to do the interview.
Wow, that's not true, Jimmy.
That's not true. She's very mature and responsible.
Not true at all.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so great to see you both, even though you've been making fun of me from the beginning.
I love your suit.
Great to see you.
I love yours.
I was going to wear yellow, but I decided to wear black, so thank God.
Thank goodness, yeah, we would have clashed for sure.
Called each other, just make sure.
Okay, you two, listen, we're here. This is serious. This is a big deal because you're being inducted into the Cape Breton Music Industry Hall of Fame. The Rankin family is. So, first of all, congratulations. Second of all, tell me how that feels. What does that mean to you, Heather?
Incredible honor to have all your peers come together and perform your tunes, your songs, the traditional stuff, the arrangements that we all work together on. And it's the biggest compliment you could receive.
Heather said it all. It's great. It's a very honor.
Listen,
She always says it all. I could never get a word in edgewise.
Oh my goodness.
See why I'm in therapy, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's happening here, very close to where it all began.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you? Because you have so many awards, you have so many honors, but is it a little bit different here at home? I know you're both big fans of Cape Breton.
Well, this is home. So I remember coming back here. I think it was it for a Rankin reunion tour? God, it was just like going to a rock show. It was like crazy. So, yeah, we're proud Cape Bretoners and just very honored to be here tonight. I didn't realize it was such a glamorous, huge gala. I thought there'd be like several people hanging around, but no, an arena full of people.
Yeah,
I'm getting nervous.
We really had no idea what to expect, and we still don't. We don't really know who's performing and what's happening. We're just going to be here to have fun and sit back and relax.
Yeah, they just said show up and behave, so.
Well,
we got one out of the two going so far.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, that's so fun. I have only interviewed you guys since you've been solo acts, so never as, the Rankin family together. So I'm just dying to know, because we've never really talked about this, what was it like being in the Rankin family?
Oh, it was hell.
Yeah, it was awful. It was really awful, and
we're both still in PTSD.
Yeah. I tell you, no, honestly, it was a pretty amazing career. It lasted for about 10 years. That's just 10 professional years of making records and touring. And it was really remarkable how fast it happened out of the gate after putting out a record or two. And then, bango, next thing you know, we're touring all over the place and going to all these award shows and meeting all these incredible people and working with all these incredible people. And it was a pretty remarkable career that lasted from about 1989 to 1999. So,
a lot happened in a very short period of time. It was very intense. There wasn't a lot of time for personal life, and in situations like that, there's a lot of compromise, and learning to work with each other and learning to be away from your other family, and
as Heather said, a lot happened very quickly in that span of time, so it was hard to really process it at the time. But then looking back, that's what? Don't tell me how many years ago?
A lot of years ago. Yeah. But we appreciate every single one of them. You guys, I, like so many others, grew up with you guys, and I'm so glad to know you both today. And you have both amazing, professional solo careers. So just love watching you still kill it. So it's great to see you both.
Thank you. It's great to see you, and we always appreciate your support. You're always the first one there.
Thank you so much. Love you both, and we'll chat soon. Let's go party. Back to you, Todd.
Is this my good side?
Thank you, Katie, and congratulations to Jimmy and Heather. All right, we'll be back in a minute. The Dow was closed today as Americans commemorate Juneteenth. In Ottawa, the federal government is continuing to defy the U.S. and sticking with the plan to tax global tech giants, for now anyway. Business editor Andrew Bell with details.
Hello there. Finance Minister François-Philippe Champagne insists that Ottawa is going ahead with a digital sales tax aimed at global internet giants despite U.S. objections. However, the minister also said the future of the levy, quote, is something we're considering as part of broader discussions. There is speculation that Canada will use that proposed tax as a bargaining chip in trade talks with Washington. It would hit companies such as Amazon, Google parent Alphabet, and Meta with a 3% levy on revenue. Meanwhile, still on trade, the Prime Minister, Mr. Carney, said Canada will soon adopt tariffs to tackle global overcapacity and unfair trade in steel and aluminum, and will also adjust existing counter-tariffs on U.S. metal products on July 21st, following the U.S. imposition of duties on metal imports from Canada. The Canadian dollar changed hands at 73 U.S. cents, down a fraction. West Texas Intermediate oil was at $73.88, up 38 cents. Our latest fix on Western Canadian Select oil, $61.48 a barrel, up 23 cents. And the TSX Composite closed at 26,506.0, down just under 54 points. Those are your business headlines. I'm Andrew Bell of BNN Bloomberg.
To Kalen Mitchell with one more look of the weather on the deck. Kalen.
Yeah, thank you, Todd. It's already foggy out here, and there's a very light drizzle that has just started to fall. There's going to be plenty of weather like that around the Maritimes for tonight. Cloudy, lots of fog and drizzle. Those showers with the risk of thunderstorms for northern areas of New Brunswick. Speaking of New Brunswick, though, let's take you to a more fair weather picture, and this is sunset at Paunchy Lake in New Brunswick. It's in the southeastern corner of the province. It was sent in by Laura Conrad. I want to thank Laura very much for sharing this picture. Around Paunchy Lake for tomorrow, yes, there is still going to be plenty of cloud cover around, but the potential for the sun to shine through just a little bit. And the high temperature could be headed up near 26 degrees, but because of the high level of humidity in the air, actually feeling into the low 30s. Start of the day for tomorrow, though, for all three maritime provinces, pretty gray. Lots of cloud cover around, lots of fog and drizzle. Morning temperatures will be around the mid to high teens. Moving into the afternoon, there's going to be more showers in northern areas of New Brunswick. Once again, like the last couple of days in the north of New Brunswick, those showers will be accompanied by a risk of a downpour or thunderstorm. Rest of the Maritimes, pretty cloudy. A little bit cooler for some coastal areas, but away from the coast, a lot of those high temperatures coming up towards the mid-20s. And again, this level of mugginess is going to be sticking around for the region. Let's find out what's coming up tomorrow on CTV Morning Live.
Friday on CTV Morning Live, Fleet Week sneak peek.
Lots of excitement on the Halifax waterfront ahead of Fleet Week. We'll get a preview of all the activities for the fun-filled event.
News, weather, and more. It's everything you need. CTV Morning Live, Friday.
And finally for us tonight, it's up, up, and away in Denmark. More than 25,000 kites will be featured during the event on a Danish island considered a prime destination for kite flying because it has wide, flat beaches and coastal winds. We know all about those around here, don't we? More than 5,000 people will be participating in the 4-day festival. Pretty. That is our look at the day here at home. We will air it again in about a minute's time over on CTV2. Bruce Frisco is here after the National at 11:30 with our local late update. And CTV News Atlantic.ca and the CTV News app, that's where you will find the poll and our latest reporting. We thank you for watching. We hope to see you right back here tomorrow, the Friday edition, end of the week, of your local news. We hope you'll join us. Until then, have a good night.
CTV News, the Maritime's #1 newscast.